Going to be another season, or
I can't say.
Okay, so I guess you can't say if there's going to be any new additions, if there was going to be any
can't
kind of
say. Well, actually, I don't know.
Okay.
But I'll say this: I like to speak those things into existence as if they were gonna have a second. I like to say that we are gonna have it because I know that God wants us to.
Okay. Cool.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Enough of reality TV. Let's talk music.
Okay.
What's going on with this live album, this new project we have?
Acoustic Soul Sessions is the first live album
Yes.
that I've ever done. It's a mini album. It's 5 songs off of Chapter 5, and then it's 2 new songs, like a remake of Wild Horses, and then this new song called I Cut My Hair, which one day I just had a dream about this song, and I was, pregnant with it, so I had to give birth to it in the studio. And the only way that I can really do that without the track was to use a guitarist. So it just happened to come out in an acoustic form, and so I was like, this would be awesome to add to the album because it gives my fans something new,
right?
To have and to be excited about for sure.
With your live performance on the show, although some mic issues, but
well, anytime you have a mic issue or any kind of issue on stage, every veteran understands and knows you have to joke it off, because if not, your fans will focus on the negative aspect of that.
Right.
They'll be mad the whole time, and then they'll say that show was whack.
Right.
Because her mics were stupid.
Right.
And you could be singing down, honey, but they don't care because the mics are up. So if I say, oh my God, these mics are terrible, but y'all hang in there with me, just work with me. Then they'll be like, okay, Syleena,
Right. Yeah, we get like, oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just like if you say, y'all, my throat is out today, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Everybody be like, that's okay. It happens in church. It happens everywhere. That's all right. Take your time, child. They're more accepting of it. So that's just a thing that artists, that's a veteran trick that we have to do, to preserve the perception of perfection on stage.
Okay. Did you ever have a conversation with that promoter later?
No.
Okay.
And what's dumb is I didn't have any ill feelings towards her. She could have came up to me after that show and said, girl, I'm so sorry those mics was off the chain, because it was a great show at the end of the day. Yeah. So she could have came up to me after and said, I'm so sorry, I did not know that the mics was this important. I just had the only impression that blah blah blah. I would have been like, it's cool, girl.
Right.
I'm very whatever, So I'd have been like, it's cool, girl. It's a good show, fine. She would have looked fine. I would have said nice things about her in my testimonial, and it would have been on. Right. But no. You want to get on stage and act like a fool. Okay then. I got to show you that I'm going to have the last one.
Absolutely. Do we have any plans on touring?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I can't say what those plans are.
Okay. Well, you toured before. What's your least favorite part of touring?
In between things. Like
how so?
Having to get up at 6 a.m. to do a morning show and you have a show that night. Having to do press all day if you have a show that night. You people.
Yes,
just the hustle and bustle of never having time to just chill. And you really have to be strict on your diet and your sleep, because if those two things are jeopardized, my vocal cords will not be at full capacity.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess as a regular fan, when we see you go on tour, we just come to the show. So we're really not cognizant of probably early in the morning. She had whatever city she was in, she had to go to that morning show.
Or she probably just got there.
Yeah, just got there, or she may have to do a meet and greet for 30 minutes, or she may have to talk to the most popular media outlets that day.
Right.
We just kind of come to the show and ready to. Okay. All right, I get it.
We've been to the radio station and all kind of food.
Right. Okay.
No sleep.
Right. Okay. You've been in the industry for a while. What do you think is the key to longevity, or your longevity has been?
Humility.
Okay.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Staying away from substance abuse.
Staying clean.
Staying clean. I mean, have your fun. Do you, because you need your release, but don't let it. Don't let the release become.
Okay.
You need to have a glass of wine. You need to do what you gotta do. You might even need to get drunk.
Yeah.
But do that. Behind closed doors.
Okay.
I think privacy is very key. Keeping your life private from others.
Yes.
And be willing to work and being nice.
What do you think has been the success or to keeping your marriage together? Because he, was overseas, and you're a singer, and then you have children, and then we have a reality show, and then how do you kind of keep that together? What's the
Well, with great patience and great patience. It's not something that's done easily. We do have our discrepancies, we do have issues, but because both parties are willing to make it work, that's number one.
Okay.
If I have an issue and I bring it to him, he wants to fix it. If he has an issue and he brings it to me, we want to fix it. Being able to humble ourselves to the union and being able to compromise and do that with love, you know. Obviously our kids keep us together, but they're not the only thing. We make sure that we have dates.
Okay.
We make sure that we pay attention to each other. We make sure that we keep our sex lives, happening, you know. Even and then we don't get mad at each other if we fall asleep on each other.
Right.
You know,
Right.
We got kids.
Right.
We're gonna fall asleep on each other. We try very hard to do the best we can in our union to stay together.
Okay.
But what's cool is that we're friends. He is my friend. He is my best friend. So I can tell him absolutely anything and vice versa.
Okay.
I think that's the most important thing.
Okay.
To be able to have a friend.
Okay. Advice for single women that want a husband.
Be friends.
Be friends first.
With this
Okay.
man. Because if you think about it, you've had, and everybody I know can say they had a friend for 10, 12, 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Why is it that when we have friendships, we're more willing to be forgiving of things that they do as opposed to a marriage? Why do we not want to work that out? Why do we want to get away and go and divorce? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that's your girl, you know, and she get on your nerves like, I'm just not going to be with her this week because she wear me out.
Right.
But they stay your friend. Or if you haven't talked to them, I have friends right now you talked to in 3 months. I can pick up the phone and be like, girl, what you been doing? You know.
Right.
So if you have that attitude in your marriage, you know, that no matter what, we're just going to always stay connected on this level.
Okay.
Be okay. Always be friends. We always have things to talk about that are relevant, not just about love, lust, and, you know, other stuff. You know, just about personal things.
What do you like least about yourself?
Procrastination. No, I don't procrastinate. Yeah, I do.
Procrastination. Okay.
Not really. The problem is I'm unorganized.
Okay.
And that's annoying. So I'm a perfectionist. So if I don't do things in a timely manner, I'll get upset at myself. So I hate the fact that I'm a perfectionist because if I didn't do it like I felt like it was supposed to be done, I would beat myself up.
Okay.
You know, and then that causes low self-esteem about things. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that part about myself that I can't just relax. I don't have a middle. I don't have a, you know, it's either this or that. Either you're doing it right or you're doing it wrong.
Okay. Describe your style in 2 words.
Sexy, classy.
Sexy, classy. If you had to pick a soundtrack of your life, none of your music, one song.
One song?
Yeah, that's all you get. Well, that wouldn't be a soundtrack, but that'd be one song. I just need one song.
Sam Cooke. I was born in a little tent. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. That one.
Okay.
Life's rejection is God's protection.
Is there anything else we didn't talk about that you want to talk about?
Yes, Acoustic Soul Sessions is out now.
And that's all. It's doing good on iTunes.